Okay, number 1 says, a group of coins is shown below. What is the probability of drawing each coin? Okay, so you have a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. Oops, that's not on. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coins in total. Pennies, 1, 2, 3 out of 10 are pennies. Nickels, there are 1, 2 tenths, which we always have to simplify as 1/5. Dimes are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tenths is 2/5, and quarters is 1/10. Okay, so that is the probability of drawing each of those. It's the part over the total. All right, number 2 says, a spinner is shown below. What is the probability of the spinner not landing on a striped section? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections, and only one of them is striped, so that means 7 out of 8 are not striped. Okay, so make sure you're reading these questions carefully. Number 3 says, a group of coins is shown below. What is the probability and its complement of randomly selecting a nickel? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there are 1, 2, 3 out of 9 nickels, which simplifies to 1/3. That means its complement, what it is not, is equal to 2/3. Because remember, 1/3 plus 2/3 is equal to 3/3, or 1. And you remember that the probability and its complement have to equal 1. Okay, number 4 says, a spinner shown below. What is the probability of spinning a solid or dot section? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So solid or dot, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 out of 8, which is 1/2. Okay, number 5. A number cube is rolled 600 times. Predict how many times a 2 or a 6 would be rolled. Well, there is 1, 2, and 1, 6 on a number cube. Okay, so 2 out of 6 is 1/3, right? But it says if it's rolled 600 times. So remember, when we're doing these, you want the probability and then set it equal to how many times it could be rolled. And we're trying to find out what that would be. So you cross multiply. 600 times 1 is 600. And then divide by the leftover number, 3, which would be 200. You would predict that it would be 200 out of 600. And then if we look at number 6, it says the spinner below is spun 250 times. Predict how many times the spinner would land on a 6. There's only 1 out of 6 that is a 6. So we're going to select that to 250. Again, you're going to cross multiply. 1 times 250 is 250, and divide by 6. That's 41.67. Okay, and we want this as a fraction. So in your Calc 84 or on your calculator, you would do 41 is the whole number, and then we want 6 repeating as a fraction. So we're going to do, which would be 2/3. Okay, and then it says a number cube is rolled 300 times. Predict how many times the number would be greater than 3. So greater than 3 is 4, 5, and 6. So that's 3 out of 6, which is 1/2. And it's rolled 300 times. 300 times 1 is 300. And then if you divide that by 2, it's 150. So 150 times it would be a number greater than 3. Number 8 says the spinner below is spun 300 times. Predict how many times the spinner would not land on a prime number. Remember that prime numbers are numbers that can be only divisible by 1 in itself. So the not prime number is 4. Okay? 4 is a composite number. The rest are prime. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 out of 5 are not prime. Are prime. So the only one that is not prime is 1 out of 5 out of 300. So 300 divided by 5 is 60. So 60 times you would expect it to land on number 4. Number 9 says a sandwich shop offers wheat, white, turkey, or ham, and mayo or mustard. Select a tree diagram that selects the various options for a sandwich. Okay, so you can get wheat or white buns, on that wheat or white bun, you could get turkey or ham, and then you could get mayo or mustard. I'm going to put MS. Mayo or mustard. Mayo or mustard. Mayo or mustard. And that is the tree diagram for that. You start with your 2 options and then put the 2 options for each of those and then the 2 options for each of those to go down. So you could make a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 combinations. It says in Michael's closet he can choose from yellow, green, or orange shirts, navy or gray shorts, and tennis shoes or sandals. Create a table to display the various clothing options. Okay, so he can have yellow, green, or orange. Okay. If he has yellow, he can have navy shorts or gray shorts. If he has green, he can have navy shorts or gray shorts. If he has orange, he can have navy shorts or gray shorts. Okay, he can have navy and tennis shoes, gray and tennis shoes, or navy and sandals, or navy or gray and sandals. He can have navy and tennis or green and tennis shoes, gray and tennis shoes, or navy and sandals, or gray and sandals. He can have orange and tennis shoes, orange, gray and tennis shoes, or orange, navy, and sandals, orange, gray, and sandals. So that would be the table. It says Katie will roll a number cube and flip a coin. The faces of the number cube are labeled 1 through 6. The coin can land on heads or tails. Sketch a tree diagram to represent the various options for the experiment. Okay, so you can have heads or tails. Okay, then she can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do heads or tails for each of these. Either one of these is the correct representation of a tree diagram for this scenario. Okay, you can either do this one or this one, and they are both tree diagrams for this. Okay, number 12 says, Jared can choose to go to the movies or to the gym. He can ride the subway, walk, or drive. Create a list to display the various options he has. So he can go to the subway, or he can go to the movie by riding the subway, or he can go to a movie by walking, or he can go to a movie by driving. He can go to the gym by subway, the gym by walking, or to the gym by driving. And that is the correct list for that. Okay, number 13 says, Jack has a bag of coins. The bag contains 8 dimes, 4 nickels, 3 pennies, and 1 quarter. He will randomly select 2 coins from the bag at one time without replacement. What is the probability that Jack will select 2 dimes? Okay, so this is without replacement. So the first one, he has 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, there's 16 total. Right, he'll select 2 coins without replacement. What is the probability that he selects 2 dimes? Well, there's 8 out of 16 dimes, right? And then if he takes one away, that's 15, and he took one of the dimes away, that's 7. So you go into your calculator, alpha y equals 8/16 times 7/15, and you get 0.23, and we want that as a fraction. Which is 7/30. Number 14. A drawer of socks contains 3 navy socks, 4 gray socks, and 3 black socks. Mandy randomly selects 2 socks one at a time and does not replace them. What is the probability of the first sock Mandy selecting being gray and the second sock being navy? Okay, so there's 3, 7, there's 10 socks total. Okay, the first sock being gray is 4 out of 10. She doesn't replace it, so that puts 9 left. And the second one being navy, that's 3 out of 9. 12 out of 90. I'm just going to simplify that to 2/15. A bag of fruit contains 5 apples, 3 pears, and 6 oranges. Toby randomly selects 2 pieces of fruit one at a time and does not put them back. What is the probability that the first piece of fruit Toby selects will be an orange and the second piece of fruit will be an apple? There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 total. The first one will be an orange, which is 6. He doesn't put it back, so there's only 13 left, and there is 5 apples. 30 out of 182, and I'm going to simplify that. Which is 15/91. All right, number 16 says Celine has a bag of Scrabble letters. The bag contains 2 E's, 5 A's, 3 S's, and 2 R's. She will randomly select 2 letters from the bag, one at a time without replacement. What is the probability that she'll get an E and an R? That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total. Okay. In E, she has 2. And then R's, she has 2, but she took 1, so that's 11. So that's 2 out of 12 times 2 out of 11, which gives me 1 over 33. Okay, number 17 says, Marissa is selecting a sports ball. She selects one at a time, replaces it, and then selects another ball. What is the probability that she selects a football both times? Well, she replaces it, so we're going to, it starts over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So both of them are out of 9. Then she selects a football both times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Four out of 16 times, 4 out of 9. Times 4 out of 9. And that is equal to 16 over 81. Okay. Number 18 says, a drawer of office supplies contains 3 yellow highlighters, 7 green highlighters, and 4 pink highlighters. A highlighter will be selected from the drawer, then replaced with another highlighter. What is the probability that the first drawer is green and the second is pink? So there is 14 highlighters. They are replaced. Okay, so the first one is green, that's 7. The second one is pink, that's 4. I'm going to simplify this down first, 1/2. So that's 4 out of 28, which is 1/7. Okay. Mr. Myers is selecting 2 marbles from a bag. What is the probability that Mr. Myers will select a gray marble, replace it, and then select a one with stripes? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. There's 10 marbles. They replace it. A gray one is 2, and then a one with stripes, that's 1, 2. So that's 4 out of 100, which is 1/25. A number cube is rolled 24 times. How many times will a number less than 3 be rolled? That is 2 out of 6 times 24. I'm going to set that equal. It's rolled 24 times, so we set it equal. That's 48 divided by 6, which is 8. A coin is flipped 10 times. If it lands on tails 7 times, what is the difference between the experimental and the theoretical probability? The theoretical probability is 1/2. If it is flipped 10 times and it lands 7 out of 10, then we do 7 out of 10 minus 1/2, because this is the experimental. Alpha y equals 7/10 minus 1/2. And you get 1/5. Okay, use the table below to make a reasonable prediction of the number of baseball votes for the next 300. Well, there is a total of 11, 23, 30. Okay, and baseball out of that is 12 out of 30, and we want that out of 300. Cross multiply, 12 times 300. Divided by 30, and you get 120. A coin is flipped 10 times. What is the probability? It lands on heads 4 times. What is the difference in the experimental and theoretical? Like I said, theoretical is 1/2. 4/10 is the experimental, which is equal to 1/5. So 1/5 minus 1/2, or 1/2 minus 1/5, whichever way, you just want a whole number. Is 3/10. All right. Each player in a game will roll a number cube and flip a coin. How many different combinations of odd number and tails? The odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5, so that's 3 out of 6, which is 1/2. Okay, and then combinations. It wants combinations. So that's, you can have 3 on this one, and 1/2, so that's 3 times 2 is 6 combinations. I'm going to finish recording this and then upload it on Canvas. Okay. The spinner shown below is spun one at a time. What is the probability of the arrow not landing on an even section? That's 1, 2, 3 out of 6 is 1/2. Use the table below to determine the reasonableness that the next votes for ice cream out of 270. That's 15. That's 26. That's 30. Ice cream is 11 out of 270. And this would be 99. One question left. Okay, a box of batteries, 30 batteries is checked and there are 2 defective. Based on those results, how many can be defective in a box of 120? 2 out of 30 are defective, and we want that out of 120. So you would multiply. That's 240 divided by 30 would be 8. All right, that's all of them.